of 40 dinars. How we got the gentleman to agree is beyond me.
Bargain.
You certainly know how to drive a hard bargain. Why don't we just agree at 30 for bridle, saddle, and swords? Well, we certainly are going nowhere fast. I'm willing to make you my best offer. 20 dinars, you ride away on a new, for you, Saurus. What do you say? Now, is it going to be...
Now, let's see what it says. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, if it ends up with 199, then that will be...
Paying the man his money. Okay, now, this should be our friend. This is our friend. We're going to be good about it now. We're not going to reject him. He's going to love us. Give us a big old smooch. Ah, love at first sight. Seeing that you two kids are hitting it off from the start, it sounds like a good time to start heading out. Hello, I must be going in an exit line if I ever heard one.
I love that line.
I'll be honored to put your swords back into the stables for you on Fonday. For 50 marks. Yep, there you go. Now, we only paid 20 dinars for the swords. And we have our title and our registration, and it is ours forever. We have to name him a name, but we'll do that next month when we play Quest for Glory 2. Trial by Fire. The Sunday game. Hopefully people will like it. I have a hero, what you need, because you're so smart. Bookend, it's got a donkey head on one side and an ass on the other. Makes a great gift. Mike Cade liked your idea of the emote for, I remember I said about ass hat. You said get a donkey, put a hat on it. He likes that. He said you should put that into play, see if they'll accept it. But meanwhile, he did an emote for me. What is it? I've been told that the teeth of the dragon, so the same damn rumor. Okay, enough already. So today we get some healing pills, definitely. He gives you, oh, that's not an offer I'm prepared to accept.
Burning glare.
Thank you for your patronage. So we were able to get him down by 1 dinar.
One more. Yeah. Let's see that.
Now that one's a lot of money. The poison, the other pills. That is not an offer. Thank you for your patronage.
Okay. I'm trying to think if I need oil or not.
Oh, do you have a lamp? Is there a place in the game where you're going to need a lamp?
I'll buy some just in case. But
Well, the other
No,
thing
the
is how
thief
much
needs
weight
it, but-
do you already have? I mean,
okay, yeah, I'm doing all right. So
and plus you're going to go work out, right? I mean, today is a
Yeah.
workout. Now, if you fight, is that considered working out too?
yeah,
Like in real life. So you're out in the desert, you're
Yes.
fighting, you're building
fighting,
up.
You're exercising. You're
Gotcha. Making sure.
struggling for your life.
Just clarifying, making sure. And I agree with Serena. It's like, shut up and take my damn money. I'm done already. Okay. Yes, we drank, so we probably want to refill our water skin. Or do we need to dump out the water skin and freshen it with a new and today's water?
No, it's just. Let's take a look at it. Okay, let's go north.
So day 2 continues with exploring the city.
Yeah, let's go see Aziza.
Okay, today we will see Aziza, the enchanting enchantress. Though I don't know what she looks like, so I could be wrong. But everybody said she was enchanting and enchantress. A long thread of twine spread the damp article's clothing. It spanned across the open outdoor gap for maximum exposure to the sunshine, commonly known as a, wait for it, clothesline. You have your own attire. If you probably wanted one, you could just buy one instead of stealing it.
Molly Turk.
That's not a paladin.
Close off a lot of these roads, so it's easier not to get lost.
So we're going to be the naughty paladin. We're going to be the questionably naughty paladin.
That's not going to be a paladin. He's a fighter. No.
He is a fighter. You see the cat on merchant peering. My name is Kalima. Not Kashima, Kalima.
Kalima.
Ah, Kalima. I normally carry adventurous clothes, but I ran out a few weeks ago. I'm expecting some clothes suitable for savannah travel soon. Hello, heal, farewell, Anfande, come again. Is that is probably like a.
Fendi translates to source, but
It translates to what did you type and somebody said Winky the dog-haired mule catcher. Okay, my name is Nico. I'm expecting some very fine armor within the coming weeks. If it pleases you, I can offer you a discount on kung fu dresses, duck helms, and tiger suits. Okay.
this is kind of neat. They added like some of these extra merchants and stuff like that.
Well, they had all these blank walls to work with, so it was something
Yeah,
that
I mean,
they
otherwise
could do
it's a
something
lot
with.
of
Just
these
these blank
halls
walls,
and stuff, and
right?
it's not the most exciting thing.
So far, I'm liking it. I think it's good.
Lady Street.
I'm okay. So here is the door. Seems to be watching you. It's watching us. Nobody seems to be listening. This alley has several well-tended plants lining the walls. You politely knock on the door. Who is it that seeks to enter? Orion Hunter. That great, you can buy a tiger bikini. Keep on laughing. What is the element most appropriate to the owner of the magic shop? What was the element?
He was floating.
Floating. Air. I don't know.
Air.
My first is the first, my second the last. My next comes myself, then back to the end and beginning again. Who am I?
My first is the first, letter A. My second is the last.
Z.
I. Next.
Z. A. You may freely enter into my home, Orion Hunter. Oh my goodness, look at her. She is an enchantress. Come in, sit down, we shall speak. Did her eyes go red and have an evil glare? Or was it just my imagination?
Maybe if you're rude or something like that.
Hello, sit down. I will entertain you. Shall we share tea? Don't refuse her tea or she'll kill you. Oddly enough, I find her even more beautiful in the EGA version. She's very pretty. The tea is cool and refreshing. You find yourself relaxing as you drink and listen to the sounds of the flowing water. Now that we have shared the tea, what is it for which you have come? Do we even know why we're there? This has to be the biggest bunch of carp you've ever seen. You see a porpoiseless porpoise. A Klein bottle. You see a flask of rehydration solution.
Yeah, need that in a few games.
There are all sorts of odds and ends on the shelf. For instance, you see a leftover hero sandwich. There are all sorts of odds. Yep, once again. Freeze-dried tea. Just add water. Watery tarts. Moisturizing cream. Unused bath towels. 2 statues of immoral porpoises. What might they be doing? They're all handles, water music. Waterford crystal. For an autographed picture of Captain Nemo. Leftover submarine sandwich, hero sandwich. Okay, that one's 2,000 leaks under the sink. Aziza owes a volume 1 of Tide's Life Self-Kelp series to 20,000 leaks under the sink. Through the mildew, you were able to recognize some of the, can you move that cursor a little bit? Book titles. For instance, Aziza owns volume 2 of Tide Life Self-Kelp series, Muscle Building with Barnacle Jones. What? Through volume 3 of Tide Life Self-Kelp series, Learn to Program in C++. That's stupid. Learn to play Goldfish like a card shark. How to teach generosity to shellfish people. Nuclear fishing. Fear of swimming. Lure of the flies. Tides of marsh. the Poseidon Adventure, the Clam of the Baskervilles, and then we're back. All right, greet. Welcome. It is good to have a visitor who understands the proper way to enter a conversation. So I guess a kiss or anything is out of the question. You are most welcome.
Probably not, so.
My name means highly praised. It was the name of my mother. My magic is very practical. I know many things that go on in this land. Unfortunately, Razir has been closed to my far-seeing since the Emir vanished. Soon I will try a different type of spell to see if I can gain more information. The magic I work with most is water magic, that of knowledge and true seeing. A water can reflect, and I too can reflect spells back upon the caster. There is much magic in this land, some of a very dark nature. Water is the element of healing and life. I use it in all of my magical workings. Magic can be misused for ill purposes. A foe can seem to be a friend. A victim is helpless against the foe. The more powerful the magic, the more likely that it can be used for evil purposes. My spell allows me to see things at a distance and know their true nature.
Okay.
That one's red. Very well, what would you like to discuss? I am not familiar with idle gossip. I don't think she is. The city was built around the magic fountain which flows freely. It's protected by the mountains and the desert and has known only peace and prosperity until now. It is always hot outdoors, even in the winter months. My house is well protected against the heat. You would know more about that than I. Was she spying on us, isn't she? The magical fountain is a symbol for our city. Keepon's magical abilities are great, but his style is much too childish. Still, if you must purchase his sort of toy magic, his shop is the place to visit. The astrologer is found in making predictions of things to come. Some of the things of which he speaks actually come to pass. The Kata are clever people. They work only at things they enjoy. The Sultan's Harun al-Rashid is the most wise ruler. He often consults me for information about things. He has a good deal of understanding about people, and he knows how best to use them. He is doing everything in his power to prevent the ill omens from coming to pass. Omens. There have been many dark predictions concerning this land lately. You should consult with the astrologer. He did tell us to come back in a couple days. Does that mean one day?
Maybe a couple days. So,
okay. The Emir Aris was a foolish man who ruled more with his heart than his head. There was magic involved in his disappearance. Since he's been gone, the city of Razir has fallen into dark times, and many have fled the new tyranny. If you seek the wizard's institution of Technorisi, you will need to use the very thing for which you seek it. I hope that made sense. I think it was Wit City or something. Adadvis cares only for power. It would not surprise me if he were behind the darkness in Razir. When I try to use Farsi upon the city of Razir, it is as though the city is wrapped in a web of blackness which I cannot see through.
Does she know Erasmus?
That is something of which I have little knowledge. Does she know about people in the shops? Ifrit makes the hot desert sands their home. They are seldom seen. I think her eyes went red again. The jinn are very powerful magical beings who roam this land. There are 5 types of jinn: Djinn, Shaitan, Ifrit, and Marid.
I think this is Ifrit.
Jinn are powerful and rule the air and living in the clouds. Jinn are seldom seen. They take the shape of animals and hide in the mountains to avoid outsiders. Shaitan prefers streams and waterways. Ifrit are associated with fire, such as prefer the desert. Marid is the most powerful magical of all are the Marid, and the masters of the Marid is Iblis.
Okay, it's Marid. Okay.
Iblis once sought to rule the world and create a great city in the middle of the desert, but the Sulemain Ben Daud
And bend out.
summoned all of the jinn to rise against Iblis. Iblis was bound in a statue, and his mighty city was destroyed to become his tomb. Sulemain bin Daud was the mightiest and wisest of the magicians, king of ancient times. If you please, I'd rather talk about something else. That is something also no knowledge. Suleiman, is that something I remember from Quest for Glory 4?
No, 2.
Razir was a twin to Shapir until the years ago this month. The Emir Arus was overthrown and disappeared. His brother now sits upon the throne. There is darkness over the city, though which I cannot see with all my magic. The Emir Arus was a...
Okay, wait. Darkness, okay, yeah.
Enough already. Okay, can you kiss her?
I'm not.
It should kill you.
She probably gets angry.
It has been a pleasure conversing with you. Perhaps we shall share tea again sometime. And out the door you go. That's it. It's over. You're too late.
Well, we can go see if he has her.
It is good that you have returned. There is much I need to tell you. Alas, never before have I read such troubling signs as those which guide you. Your future is very dark.
Hints coming. Yeah.
Abu, no fortune. Darkness will lead you into a tomb. You will walk in fire, earth, water, and air, through temptation, and at last into despair and desolation. Boy, sign me up for that one. Darkness will triumph unless you stop the last light.
Hint.
Maybe you should consider a new line of work and get out of this hero business, huh? Have you considered accounting? Chartered accounting? You want to be a lion tamer? I talk to the stars, and the things they tell are more than mere rumor. The prediction for this night is mostly darkness with occasional light toward the morning. Great. Now we have a weatherman.
Yeah. Well, you can ask most people about weather in some form.
Most people say hot. Damn hot. And if you're in the desert, it's a good thing. Actually, is it a good thing?
Okay, so we
But if you're in a jungle, it's a good thing. Or no, he says, with your lady, it's a good thing. When you're in the jungle, this must be the new hero, Rakesh. You are most welcome in Shapir. The Sultan has been seeking a hero since the forces of dark magic overwhelmed Razir. Look at the baby. Maybe that's the dad, Serena. Don't bother. He only tries to show off. So we got to talk to him only once, and that was a really amazing good day. I hope you have a great day. You have truly earned farewell. We've done the gamut on this guy, unless there's something new. I don't think. Lion Tar people. That's new.
Did that. No.
Wait, it's not new. Warm weather, pleasant on the bones. We are a proud race of strong warriors. We tend to be vain and bit boastful.
So I think if I do this, I think Rakesh watches.
Baby's down. You think she'd have a more safer place for the baby? No. Okay, he is watching. Every move you make.
Source of the finest weapons requires both skill and strength in order to wield correctly.
Okay, your physical strength determines the damage dealt by your blows. The power only makes difference if you are at least as good a swordsman as your opponent. Skill is what really matters in combat. A talented swordsman can adapt his style. The second, his situation requires it. If someone only depends on the physical power in combat, he may be better off wielding a club. The dagger is incapable of doing large amounts of damage. It still can be deadly in the hands of an experienced wielder. They can double as projectiles. I personally do not prefer their use. Training is vital to a warrior's prowess. You can afford to make mistakes and learn from them. In real combat, making too many mistakes will leave you gravely injured, like could be getting attacked by a scorpion. And in order to become a warrior in Uhura's tribe, one must be speedy, accurate, and agile. This is easily recognized in her fighting style. Uhura mostly depends on her agility and mobility to get the better of her opponents. Properly evading or blocking Uhura's attacks should be your first thing on your mind at all times. Attack when you see an opening, but be prepared for counterattacks. A swordsman such as yourself should focus on sticking close to his opponent in order to avoid being caught off guard by long-distance attacks, occasionally backing off when your opponent mounts an offense. Mirror your opponent's fighting styles, mount an offense to break through his guard, and retaliate with counterattacks if he becomes more aggressive. Use the correct sword technique in the appropriate situation, and you'll be able to overcome any opponent within your abilities. There are several techniques that can aid you in battle. Proper use of each of them is often the key to victory. When mounting an offense, an inverse swing can be used to follow up a swing for additional damage. When you are forced to jump back to avoid a damage, your instinct may trigger the leaping lunge. The inverse swing is a quick and easy follow-up whenever your initial swing connects. Repeated double swings can wear down enemies quickly. Unless your opponent has sharp reflexes, your second swing will always connect. To do an inverse swing, tap the keypad 9 page during the last part of the swing. The lunge is useful as a surprise attack, but only someone who has mastered his weapons will be able to use it at will. The lunge depends more on instinct than anything else. The leaping lunge cannot be employed directly, but will be randomly activated when the jumping back. And that's what happened.
You've seen that a few times occasionally
lunge.
if you jump back
Right.
and to avoid it and then...
Right, you got the
time it
leaping
back.
lunge. I'm sorry, Uhura is the Gold Master and the combat instructor here. I generally do not spark with visitors. He also has a broken leg. Taking advantage of him. He also has a broken leg, by the way. All right. So we are once again learning how to fight. Tutorial time. Okay, challenge. Do it. Do it, Chad. Do it. Hi, kitty cats. No kitty cat in the bucket here today. I wonder why. Aw, Chloe. All right. Wonder if she sits there and says, "Get good." We can interject what she's saying. Come on, you ass out. When she gets knocked back, she's, "You bitch." Yeah, like that. Oh no, he stabbed me. Oh, she's pretty badass, I have to say. Look at her stamina and everything.
But, you know, as we get stronger...
Underneath the window over here, Winkers. Precious is here too. Both are chilling on near the window. Precious is in the cat bed. Chloe is laying a little too close to the wires for comfort. I'm keeping an eye on it. Hey, we went up to 80 of 500. We were 53 when the day began.
Well,
Or 58?
Did some
58.
things to score points, so...
Yeah. Just talking to the Enchantress got us some points.
Yeah. And the astrologer.
Yeah, learning our fortune. We are training. Before we go out and do the real things, real fights, we're training with Uhura. You are getting better. We'll see you next fight. Swinging your sword and moving back into neutral position often leaves openings in your enemy's defense unexploited. Next time you fight, try following up a normal swing with a secondary swing from the left to right. You will be able to do a lot more damage that way. Say, you know this, right?
Yeah.
Jumping back is the most inefficient way to defend yourself, as you give up terrain and you will be left in a position where quick counterattack is not an option. Yet by using your instincts, you will be able to launch the occasional counterattack against your foe, doing large amounts of damage. I think she's lurking, honey. She really hasn't said much today. She might even be streaming, I don't know. When you avoid attacks by jumping backward, the leaping lunge may be triggered at random, as we know and as we have seen. The avatars are off because we lost the stream. So we have it down to just the bare minimums of the stream right now.
Yep, 100, 112. Intelligence almost up to 100. Agility 107. Vitality 118.
We haven't used much anything from magic, and we won't be using magic this time.
We don't have any magic.
Right.
This is a straight fighter, so when I play this, like I said, you can have kind of a different mix. You could actually have a hybrid thief or magic user or fighter, or have a mix of all of them, or bits of things, or just keep them straight up.
So this is going to be straight up a fighter. This is not going to do. We're not going to do any magic spells. We are not going to do any of that.
Yeah, correct.
Okay. So do we really need the enchantress for anything then?
Information.
Okay. I'm just really glad he knows what to do here, because I don't think I would do very well at this part at all. Oh, well, either that or I just randomly press buttons. We're getting awful close to that baby. Pretty soon we're going to have an audience in there watching us fight her. We finally taught her a lesson.
Score!
That'll be enough for now.
So, partly that is knowing how to fight her and stuff like that.
Good job at Chad, but yes, thank you, Winkers.
Flanks by kicking appropriate foes in the chest while focusing on the main attacker. Okay. Execute the side kick by pressing and keep it at 5 while on enemies near your flanker back.
So, is it time? You killed her in front of her own child. You know, Tika, I didn't even think about that, but you're absolutely correct.
She's not, it's just sparring. She's just
She
tired.
didn't die, but, she did get her handed to her in front of her own child, that's for sure. Okay. The child is probably like, yeah, I've seen it before. Actually, probably not. Mom's pretty tough. I don't think... I would love to see her go up against an old strong man that it's a woman... It's a man's fight type thing. Yeah. Time to fight the baby. Spend an hour swapping stories. Okay, can we go out in the desert now and put any of our practice to use yet?
We could try. So,
all right, we are going to go find a fight.
Time to fight the baby.
Yes. And the baby's like, bye! Bye-bye.
So let's see how we fare. So maybe try to find another...
Okay, now we can take our Saurus. What do we want to call our Saurus?
I know what to call him, but I won't mention it.
What is it? What is it? Say it. What is it? Say it. Say it. Say it. I'm going to name it some stupid-ass name, and you could have had a good name. All right, we're going to call it...
I know what his name is. I can't tell you. So.
I'm naming this. This is my game. I'm naming.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, time to fight a brigand. Concentrate on the fight. We'll worry about the name next. Here we go. Do it. Knock him back on his butt. Ooh, you move forward on him though. Weren't you supposed to go back? He's like, ooh, yeah, Godwin, you've been fighting. Damn, you got good. Sort of. Yes, you got good. Only in the middle of the day. Critical hit on that guy, unless it was us. He's almost dead. Dead. You have triumphed gloriously over the brigand. The fight is tremendously improved.
Just had to remember how to fight, so that...
7 dinars and 49 centimes. We picked that pocket clean.
Okay, let's see, what time is it? Okay, it's
Mid-morning. So it's mid-morning right now.
I don't feel like resting right now. Let's go to the...
Try to go to
let's
the
go to
dervish.
the Oasis. Okay,
Something's attacking us. Another brigand. Time for fight. Hostile intent is evident. You quickly move
throw
it.
daggers somehow, or
Well, maybe that's a later learned skill. All right, here we go. Yep, we getting good. But if I've been fighting, you know, it'd have been over.
Oh,
So it's interesting that people sometimes say that these kind of games, that this is not real fighting.
well, no, it's a video game.
And I personally, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about real fighting within a video game. So, like people who use the point and click, or they use the controllers, and they call this not real fighting. And I happen to disagree. I think that this was it takes as much skill as any game where you have to press a lot of different buttons to make the fight happen.
Yeah, this one definitely was more challenging than the original.
That was my point. That this is definitely more complex.
Yeah, but it's kind of fun in some ways, though, too. That does add that extra level of challenge to the game. So even if you're familiar with the original, so it adds some of that extra complexity and the extras that they added to the game, such as being able to have the inverse, being able to jump back, being able to throw daggers, being able to kick your enemies.
Yeah. So I guess he who turns to run away sometimes finds the knife in his back.